The Royal Television Society recently held its awards ceremony. It was no surprise to see the BBC win 11 of the journalism awards. Its flagship programmes, the News at 10 and Newsnight, were both prominent. The BBC News is actually a separate business division of the BBC, entirely focused on the gathering and broadcasting of news and current affairs. The department is the largest broadcasting news organisation in the world, including 50 foreign news bureaus with 250 plus correspondents situated all over the planet. There is simply no news organisation that even comes close to the BBC, which is why people all over the world try to get their news from the BBC. And why, once you've experienced their journalism, everything else just doesn't seem to compare. However, if you're abroad, there is a problem. You can access some of the BBC News content, including the renowned World Service, and web reports via the BBC International site. However, you can't watch or listen to the majority of news broadcasts or documentary investigations on programmes like Newsnight and Panorama. Like the rest of the BBC, these are all blocked outside the UK. However, if you're desperately missing the news at 10 or hearing ordinary people arguing about Brexit on Question Time, there is a solution. Just watch this. Okay, here's a quick demonstration how I get access to the BBC News. Now, if you're abroad, when you go to the BBC site, you'll realise that you normally get redirected to something called the international version. This is today's version. It looks similar to the normal BBC site, but it's crucially missing the radio, the TV icons, and the iPlayer one links up here. It's got loads of pages of information and stuff like that, but it hasn't got any sort of video streaming on it at all. Okay, this is because it's checked the IP address and it's seen it's outside the UK and it's gone to bbc.com. Okay, so we need to change that. We need to go to the proper BBC website. So I'm just going to close that and I'll show you how I do it. Okay, I use a program called Identity Cloak. I've been using it for about a decade now. And it actually gives you access to all these servers all over the world. It's basically a VPN service, so its primary use is to secure your internet connection. So if you're traveling or you want to hide your data, for instance, I use it quite often to, if I want to access my webmail from a cafe or an airport or something like that, or online banking. It's not really safe, well, it isn't safe to use it without a VPN, so I use it then. But it's also great for watching TV all over the place. There's excuse me. There's lots of different servers all over the world, so you can pick what you want. But if we want the BBC News, we need a British server. So I'm just going to click on a British server now. I've hidden all these, obscured them, because it's best to keep the IP addresses secret. But they're all there, and hopefully you can see the UK icon. There's loads of UK servers, but they're most popular for BBC. So I'm just going to minimise that. And I will start my browser again, and this time we'll go to the BBC. This time, can you see it looks similar, but this is the full version of the BBC. This is welcome to the bbcnot.com, and at the top you should be able to see there's iPlayer, TV and radio. So those are the tabs we want. If we go to iPlayer here, we can drop down onto the channels here, all different channels in iPlayer, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the radio stuff, and there's a news channel there. Now they don't keep all the news broadcasts for long, I think it's 24 hours, so you can see yesterday's and the last ones today. So we've got yesterday's BBC News at 10, I think. Yeah, and today's will be up there soon, and there's all the other documentaries from the news section. This is just BBC News channel. There's loads of other different stuff as well. So if I wanted to watch this of the news, let's just click it to show it works, because we're using the VPN. Normally if I got this far, which you can force it to get there, it would it would block me at this point as well if I had a foreign IP address. But because I've got the UK one from the VPN, you can see it works perfectly. Streams beautifully fast. That's a crucial point you should look out for. Speed is important for streaming video, obviously, or you'll get buffering and stuttering while you watch the program. So there's that, and you can also go to the TV section there. You can find the BBC News channel down there, and you can watch everything live there. And there's the radio section, which will always work, and you can listen to all the BBC News reports from that as well if you want. There's a click for the stations. Generally the news are on the World Service, Radio 5 Live, which is a news channel, and Radio 4 has all the news on the hour. And of course there's all the local radio ones that you can use as well with the VPN. Okay, I'm going to finish the video there before it gets too long. I hope that's helped explain how I use it. Thank you. That's all there is to it. By using a VPN you can unlock all UK television, including everything the BBC News department broadcasts on the radio or TV. There are of course many VPN services available, but be careful which one you choose. Lots are actually blocked by the BBC and are of little use if you want to watch the news. Other cheap ones are overloaded and so not really suitable for streaming video. Should be okay for radio though, but be especially careful of those which offer free trials, as they are usually extremely slow. Try this one, the fastest, most secure VPN on the web, Identity Cloaker. You can grab a discount code from identityvoucher.co.uk.